BRIT'S tip number 24, how to make homemade vanilla cupcakes. Now here's the backdrop really quick. See, the other day I took out all of my clothes for the week and I really didn't want to iron them. So I made a marital compromise with my husband and I'm like, you get one thing, like what would you like? What could you do? Rather, what can I give you or do for you to iron my clothes for the week? So he's like, I want homemade cupcakes. So that is the birthing of this video. Obviously, everybody here will benefit from that.
For sure.
So this is what you will see next. Here are the ingredients. This is to make the cupcake and to make homemade buttercream frost. First, you're gonna put 1 2/3 cups of flour and 1 cup of sugar into a bowl and just use a sifter and sift it together. So next, you're gonna mix together your wet ingredients. Next, that entails 3 eggs. They have to be room temperature. Make sure the eggs are room temperature. You're only gonna get the egg whites. So 3 egg whites. You're gonna do 1/2 cup of sour cream, 1/2 cup of milk. You're gonna do 3/4 cup of butter, and you're gonna do a tablespoon of vanilla extract. So that's what this looks like. That's what this looks like together, and then you're gonna mix it. So it's gonna be clumpy still. Expect that it looks like this. See here? Clumpy. It's not like it looks, beautiful yet. You wanna whisk this together. It'll still be clumpy when you're done because you put those 5 wet ingredients in: your sour cream, your milk, your vanilla, your melted butter. I maybe didn't say that, and I meant to. It's a 3/4 cup of melted butter, and then those 3 egg whites, okay? Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna mix your wet ingredients in with your dry. So your flour and your sugar. So you're mixing all these wet ingredients in like this. Just pour it right in the bowl. Then I'm gonna show you what it looks like when you mix together these two. This smells so good, by the way. Like, it is such a nice smell. So I'm just gonna turn this and let you look at it closely. 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda and 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. You're just whisking this together. You're gonna take your time to whisk it for about a minute or so. Just whisk. Your hands should be tired, but this smells really good. And that is how you make your cupcakes. You simply just are going to put these in the papers. Put these in the cupcake papers. Slap it in that oven that we preheated at 350. And that's the cupcakes. The next part is going to be the buttercream. Next is your buttercream frosting. So I'm going to just show you what the ingredients are. It's very simple. You have butter. You have vanilla extract, heavy cream, milk, and powdered sugar. So the first thing you need to do, you definitely need a mixer. My standing mixer, this was another gift by my Aunt Donna. Thank you, shout out to you, Auntie. But this standing mixer is amazing. If you don't have one, then you'll just be using a hand mixer for a while. But the way you make the buttercream frosting is to first cream your butter. So you're gonna put 4 sticks of room temperature butter inside your bowl, right? And you are just going to let the mixer run until the butter is creamed. So I'll show you what that looks like initially. Then I'm going to let it run for a while until it's done. So I'm going to start this off at 2. All right, let's get to 4. Let that run for about 2 minutes. So this is what the butter looks like when it's creamed. You're going to put a dash of salt. Just a little dash of salt. You're going to put in... Next, you really want to mix in your powdered sugar. So this is at your discretion. Like, this recipe calls for a lot of powdered sugar. And I'm going to put in 1 bag. And then let's see what it's looking like, what it's tasting like. You're really supposed to be, like, putting this in as it's mixing, to be honest. But sometimes when you cook and bake, you make things your own, So let's put that in there. Another note, something I learned, makes me feel like a real baker here, is something like this, right? Is really, there's a lot of powder. So you want to actually cover your machine with something. So this is just a simple little cloth. I'm going to, see how I have that covered? Now I'm going to turn it on over here and let it mix together with the powder. So let the butter mix together with that, and we'll see. So you're going to bake your cupcakes at 350 for 18 minutes. This is the result of your homemade buttercream. And let me just say, oh my goodness, this is so good and it's so simple. You want to let it whip for a while. Like I do, like 5 to 6 minutes. Look at this. You may not realize it, but homemade things, there is seriously a difference from homemade things versus things that you, like for example, this icing, like versus the icing that you buy from the store. Look at this, it's light, fluffy. And when I tell you this is good, it is so good. Now all of this icing right here, right, it's not even going to fit. We're going to have way more than what we need for these 12 cupcakes. So I actually learned that you can you're actually able to freeze this. It can last for like a year in the freezer. You could take it back out, just get it to room temperature. It tastes completely the same. It's literally just, you know, butter with some frosting there. So the next thing you're gonna see is us, well, me rather, you're gonna see me putting the frosting into this piping bag and frosting our cupcakes there. And here is your end result. Ultimately, your cupcake is going to look like this. It is fluffy, soft, really moist, really good. You're going to put your frosting in a piping bag like this, and you are just going to have at it. So do you see? Look at that. Just natural. You can't get this from one of them cans. You just can't. So go around, fill up your cupcake, and there you go. A yummy homemade vanilla cupcake.